room, and when I come back, if you have your marshmallow still on your plate, then you'll get a second one.
Okay. I'm not gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. No. Or just. Okay, that's enough. Okay, let's take 3 deep breaths and then 5. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to do it. 4, 5. There. Singing or dancing.
How long is this gonna take?
I can't take it anymore. I'm trying not to. It just looks delicious. Maybe he does a bathroom break. He always poops and it's so long, so maybe he's doing a bathroom break. He's not gonna come out. He's not gonna come back. Yeah, we'll just have a little bit of it. See? I need him. No, that's it. That's it. Don't touch it. Boy, don't touch it. Boy, don't touch it. And it doesn't look enough. I'll get 2 if I wait. But it's so patience is so hard. I just want to eat it. I am so miserable. I'm so miserable too. The basics,
Dad, hurry up!
Yeah, I can't take it any longer.
Okay, so tell me the truth, Locke. Did you nibble your marshmallow at all?
No, I just only did this.
You just smelled it. Okay. And Anna, did you nibble your marshmallow at all?
No.
Are you telling me the truth?
Yes.
No, I saw you do.
You didn't nibble your marshmallow at all. You didn't take one little teeny tiny bite out of it.
No.
I saw you did.
But I need to get to the bathroom.
Hold on. Ford, did you take a bite out of your marshmallow?
Yes.
Hey there, guys. I've got Marshmallow Test, the delayed gratification trick-taking card game on the table here. Let me show you guys how this works. As the box says, this is a trick-taking game, and each player is going to be dealt 12 of these cards that they will divide up into the different colors, sorted out from lowest number to highest number. And whoever is the dealer will start the round, and they will play any card that they want of any color. And so they may play this green 2 here. And the other players will have to play according to the same color if they have a card in that color. And so that player may play that 9, and the third player may play this 11 here. And so whoever plays the highest is going to win that trick. And so player 3 right over here wins this trick, and the tricks that you win, you place face down in front of you like that. And so let's say that they were to win another trick, the next trick that they get, they would place in front of them like that. And that's how you keep track of who wins what tricks. And the reason why you're doing that is because the person who wins a certain number of tricks first in a round gets to go out. And so you can see here in the rule book, that's dependent upon the number of players. If you've got 2 players, then whoever wins 6 tricks goes out first. And number of players, if there are 3 players, then whoever gets 4 tricks goes out first. and so on and so forth. You guys can see that. And the reason why that's important, because if you are the first player to go out, you win points based on how many tricks the other players at the table have at that point in the game. And so let's say that player 1 here has a trick, and player 2 has a trick, and then player 3 gets 2 more tricks, and that would give them 4 tricks. And so they would go out at that point because they now have 4 tricks. And so they would get 2 points because the other 2 players have 2 tricks. And the way you keep track of points in this game, it's a really cool component. You have little marshmallows. There's little squishy marshmallows. And so player 3 here would get 2 points, and they would be out of the round at that point. Their cards would go to the discard pile, their tricks would stay out on the table, and then the other 2 players would continue to go. And so they would play 2 cards, and whoever won that would get another trick, and then so on and so forth. And then whenever another player gets 4 tricks, that player has gone out, and they would get points based on the other 2 players. So in this case, player 1, myself, I would get 2 points plus 4 points, so I would get 6 points. And these bigger marshmallows right here, they count as 5, so I'd get a 5 and a 1. And that's how the game works. Now, after the first round, the player who didn't get any points, so in this case, player 2 over here, because when you go last, you get no points. The player 2 over here, they would get to determine the trump color for the next round. And so the reason why that's important is because, let's say that this is their hand. They might say purple, because there's a lot of purple in this hand. And so purple would be the trump color. And so whenever another color is played, so let's say maybe a red, let's say red is played. Well, if I am the player with this hand here and I don't have any reds, well, now I could play a purple, perhaps, and I would automatically win that trump so long as nobody played a higher trump card than the one that I've played. And so that's how trumps work. And again, you want to try and time the tricks that you win, because you don't want to be the first player to go out in the round because you won't get as many points, and you definitely don't want to be the last player to go out in the round because you get no points. And so you go back and forth playing cards, winning tricks, ending the round. Again, if you're the last player to go out, you get no points, but you get to declare the trump color for the next round. And you keep playing until someone gets 20 points, at which point the game ends immediately. And whoever has 20 or more points, they are the winner. And that is how you play the Marshmallow Test. Okay, so here's Sam and I and Sam's brother David doing a 3-player run-through of the Marshmallow Test. And as we get into our thoughts on this, I do want to say that as is the case with most trick-taking games, it's a different breed of cat, so to speak, than your typical board game. They're not flashy, they're not complicated, there's not a lot of components to it. It's just a simple card game where you take tricks, and the rules are different depending on the game you play, obviously. But you have to know that going into it, and so as you are playing these with your non-gamer friends, you as the gamer have to have that mindset that this is going to be a simple game. And as long as you have that mindset, you should have a lot of fun. Sam, what did you think about the Marshmallow Test?
I liked it. I'm always for a game that's quick and easy to explain, doesn't last very long. So I liked it a lot. I did find that you need to have a competitive nature or somewhat of a competitive nature, which I don't have. So I lost every round. Yeah, but because I'm not competitive, I didn't care.
Yeah, you did struggle with this one. Your brother actually beat us. We played 2 rounds of this, and he beat us both times. And so evidently he's pretty good at this, but did you have fun playing it?
I did. I had a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah, I did too. I really enjoyed this. It was a unique take on being able to time your tricks, when you want to win a trick, when you don't want to win a trick, when you want to try to force someone else to win a trick.
I did have a hard time with that, with the timing, because every time it takes practice, I think.
Yeah, I think this is definitely one of those games that you get better the more times you play it.
Yeah, the first time I definitely had trouble. The second time I started to grasp it a little bit more, but I still lost both times.
Yeah, and the fact that it is so quick, it means you can really play this game at 2-3 times in one session. So,
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into our ratings for this game. Sam, what do you give this game on a scale of 1 to 10, love to hate?
I'd give it a 7.5.
Okay. Any thoughts for why?
I mean, it's a little difficult to grasp at the beginning, and like I said, if you're not competitive like me, like myself, then you may end up just losing every time. But it was still a fun group game, easy to explain.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, I would give it a 7.5 as well. It's a unique twist on a normal trick-taking game. You said it's complicated. I was going to say it's actually very simplistic.
I think it's both. It's very simple. It seems very simple, but then when you think about the timing of it, I feel like that adds a complication to it.
Yep.
And kind of trying to remember what cards are played. You can make it more complicated or more simple depending on how you play.
Right. In typical Reiner Knizia fashion, his games are very simplistic, but the strategy involved with it takes a deeper level of thinking usually to do well in, and so that's true in this game as well, the timing aspect. So yeah, I would give it a 7.5 as well. We're on the same page there. Sam, would you say that this is a game you would recommend for non-gamers?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I would agree with that, as is the case with a lot of trick-taking games. I think trick-taking games are really, really good games to play with non-gamers because they are simple, there's not a lot of components, and they typically end pretty quickly. And so this is a definite good one to try out with your non-gamer friends. If you guys out there agree with that, check out the link in the description of the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. This has been Love to Hate.